Hello everybody, my name is CulBlu and I'm bringing you guys this video. This is going to be vlog number 24. It's going to be me playing a game that I have. This is going to be one of the first tabletop games I ever bought, and it's called Forbidden Island. So I would highly recommend it to anybody. It's a really fun game, really awesome game, and I can play it solo, so I'm going to do that just because I can. So we're going to go ahead and jump straight into the video. I'm going to explain how to play the game first, and then I'm going to go ahead and play through it. I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but we'll just let it go as it goes. So it's maybe a little bit on the longer side, because this game can take a little bit of time. I think it's about 30 minutes of 30 minutes of gameplay. So estimated 30 minutes, or probably maybe a little bit. Anyway, so go check out the rest of the video. I'm going to go ahead and switch the camera over to where I'm playing, and we'll get set up. So see you guys on the other side. So this is the game of Forbidden Island. And the goal of the game is for us, the travelers over here, the adventurers, to make it off of the island and have all four of these artifacts collected. If at any time we either lose this tile in the game, or if we lose one of these tiles here for the artifacts that we haven't collected yet, or if this tracker right here reaches all the way at the very top, we immediately lose the game. Now, you may be asking, hey, CulBlu, how the heck do you lose those tiles? That's a good question. We'll talk about that later. First, let's go ahead and talk about how we actually gather the tiles. Like I said, our goal is to gather all of these treasures. In order for us to gather those treasures, we need to draw cards from the treasure deck over here. And this deck has various cards in them. If we go through the cards a little bit, we can see that they have the treasure card showing up. They also have, like, this treasure, which is the title or the chalice, whatever you want to call it, treasure. And you also have the golden globe or the earth globe and the lion, and they respond to respective treasures. In order for us as travelers or adventurers to collect the treasure, what we need to do is we need to get these cards straight. What we need to do is we need to be basically on the tile. So say I'm green and I'm on this tile. We need to be on the tile and have 4 of the treasure cards. And let's just assume that I have all 4 of these cards in my hand. And there we go. So once I have 4 of these cards, or 4 of the corresponding treasure cards, and I'm on the tile, then I can use an action to collect the treasure. We have to do that basically 4 times before we can win the whole entire game. And also we have to make it back to Fool's Landing, and also we need a helicopter thing. Long story short, this game is a little bit more difficult than it seems sometimes. And we're going to be playing on Legendary because that's a good idea. Anywho, so that's how we win the game. So I'm going to shuffle the deck up a little bit. Moving on to the rest of the cards, the island that we're playing on, the board that we're playing on, is very interesting, it's very unique because it becomes smaller and smaller as the game goes on. After everybody's turn, after everybody takes their turn, at the end of their turn, they'll flip over a few of these cards corresponding directly to what the track says. So if this track over here, which is the flood track, if this track here says 2, then that means you flip over 2 of these cards at the end of your turn. So we flip over this one, it says Phantom Rock, so that means this one is flooded, and it flips over. Then we flip over the next card, which is the Bronze Gate, which means that this one is flooded. Now, if at any time one of these two tiles were to flood again, as in if these cards were to show back up in the deck and flip over again, then that means this tile, instead of flooding, is going to be completely removed from the game, thus limiting our travel options. As you guys can see, this can happen to all of our other tiles as well, so we do need to be very careful about trying to manage the tiles and flip them over. Luckily, on our turns, we can choose to do various things to help ourselves out, like, flip a tile back over or move and other thing. And we have a number of actions to go through. I'm not necessarily going to spend a lot of time going through all those specific actions here. Instead, I'll try to explain them as we go along the game. Or I'll try to put little hint markers here or there, so that way you guys will have a good understanding of the game. So anyway, that's basically it for the whole entire explanation. I'm going to go ahead and get the game set up for the game, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. Oh, wait, hold on. One last thing to talk about is this card right here. That card called Water's Rise. Whenever that card shows up, that means that basically all the cards that are here in the discard pile on the flood deck will get shuffled up and put right back on top of the deck, and then the flood track goes up by 1. Which means it's going to make the game a lot harder. And there's 3 of these total inside the treasure deck, and it's going to be a very tough game, so that is the entire game in a nutshell. If you guys want a few more details, I would highly recommend checking out Wing's Tabletop. They did a fantastic playthrough of the game. They also explained the rules a lot better than I can. I think they played the game right at that episode. I think either Forbidden Desert or Forbidden Island, they might have played one of the rules wrong, but it's neither here nor there. So go check it out for more details, and I'm going to go and get my game set up. So I'll be right back with you guys in a second.
Alright, so I'm just going to take a few moments to explain some of the things going through the game. I'm setting the game up in its initial default setup, which is the 4x4 grid with some tiles on the outer lying edges, which you'll see here in a second. But I do want to explain the character movements, because I don't think I talked about those in the beginning. But as far as the character movements, each turn, each character, each person, which I have 3 of them on the left side, I'm controlling all 3, they'll be able to take up to 3 actions. and those actions can consist of moving, shoring up a tile, giving a treasure card, or capturing a treasure. And afterwards, after their turn is over, after they're done taking all their actions, they draw 2 treasure cards, and they can have a hand limit of 5, so they must discard down to 5. And then afterwards they draw the flood cards equal to the flood level, which the flood cards are those blue cards that I'm flipping over right now, and the flood level is 3. So that's really it as far as the character movements. Right now I'm just doing the initial flooding. You initially start the game by flooding 6 tiles, and we're going to get ready to jump into the game. One side note, I am using these little Skylander figures as a representation of the pond, just to help with visibility, but that's really about it. So I'm about to pass it back over to myself so we can continue going on with the game, and we will see how this goes for me. Hopefully it goes well. Hopefully it goes well.
So far my current state is I have a lot of the lions. So that's going to be good for us getting to that part of the game, but I am also in a situation where all my people are not really as spread as I want them to be. So the navigator will go ahead and take his actions of moving the engineer over a few places. So I need to move, I want to try to get him here so the engineer can have an efficient turn. So or if I can move him here, it'll be more efficient. So action number 1 will be to move him. 2, because the special action in Navigator is I get to move another person up to 2 places. So I moved the engineer 2 spaces, so that's action number 1. Action number 2 for my Navigator will be to move my engineer again. 1, 2. And the last action will be for my Navigator to move my engineer. Just gonna move the engineer here. So that way that'll be it for the turn. Alright, so that's it. Navigator draws 2 cards. Waters Rise, good job. Alright, so that means that all these cards here and the discard pile will shuffle. Okay, it's not good. It shuffles, I can shuffle 6 cards, and this moves up 1. And those cards I shuffle go back on top of the deck, and this goes into the discard. And now I have to draw another card for him, so he gets another card. And the Navigator did a good job. Alright, so now I gotta draw 3 cards to flood. So first card will be Dunes of Deception. It will be gone. So that means if there's ever a person on the tile that goes away, then that person can choose which direction they want to go. He'll choose to go this direction, because it's a little more efficient. Okay. That card's gone. And draws another one. This is a Phantom Rock, which is down here. So that's 2. And the last one for number 3 will be Cave of Embers. Darn it. Okay, Cave of Embers is gone. So that means there's only 1 fire left. So we're already in a bad situation right now. The other fire is on the other side of the board. It's not good. That was not a good turn. Alright, so now it's the engineer's turn, and the engineer will go ahead and do his damage. He will go ahead and use his first action to flip over 2 tiles, because the engineer's special actions, he can flip over 2 tiles instead of 1. So he does that. And then his other action will be to do here. So there's 1 action left. And my last action is to move him in this direction towards everybody. And that'll be it. So now my engineer needs to draw 2 of these cards. So he gets a nice lion, and he gets himself a nice little piece of the earth, a nice little globe. And that's it. Draw 3 more cards. So Lost Lagoon is now gone. And Coral Palace now flips. And the last card we draw is Twilight Hollow. That one flips as well. Alright. I don't like our chances to win this game, guys. I gotta be honest. Messenger is now your turn. And my messenger has a lion, which my engineer has 2 lions as well. So what we can do is we can try to give the lion to the engineer to have them get ready to claim that treasure. So we can get 1 treasure out of the way. That'll probably be our best course of action here. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my messenger to do. Oh yeah, he's in a very bad spot too. Yeah, my messenger's gonna move himself 1, 2, and then number 3, he's going to give this treasure to the engineer. Remember, you have to be on the same tile to trade, but because my messenger has special access to trade to anybody anywhere, no matter where they are, then my messenger can do that. So I got him into a little bit better of a position, and also gave my engineer another lion. But my engineer now has 5 cards. So if my engineer were to collect a 5th card, he would have to get rid of a card. So that's it. That's it for the messenger's turn. And now we go on to flood more tiles. Oh wait, no, we draw these cards first. Waters Rise! Yeah! Not good. Okay. So we move the level up 1. And we shuffle these 2 cards, which no need in shuffling those, only 2 cards. And yeah, that card goes discarded. And my messenger gets fire. Guys, this game is brutal. I'm already about to lose. Alright, and now we gotta draw 4 of these cards. So we already know Coral Palace is gone. And now we also know Twilight Hollow is gone. And we gotta draw 2 more. Whisper or Howling Gardens will be here. And my observatory will be flooding as well. It's my observatory. Alright, and now it is the navigator's turn. We are in a interesting situation. I think we need to go ahead and get as many treasures as possible. Because we definitely need to try to claim the Cave of Shadows of Fire, because there's only 1 of those left. And we also need to claim a Chalice, because there's only 1 of those left. Earth, we can give a little bit of a wait, but we gotta wait for those cards to come through. Sucks. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and move my navigator 1, and then action number 2, he will go ahead and flip over this observatory. And action number 3 is I will give my engineer the lion, and I'll tell my engineer to get rid of his globe. And just in case you guys want to know card counts, there's 5 of each treasure inside of the deck. Inside this deck before it's shuffled again. So we have the potential of getting the globe still, but it's going to take a little bit. And that's it for my turn. So my navigator is now done with this turn, and I draw 2 cards. It will be a fire and another lion. And I have to draw 4 of these cards because the flood level is now at 4. So we will flood ourselves Tidal Palace, which is not good at all. So it's 1. 2 will be Misty Marsh, which is what we're on. 2. 3 would be Crimson Forest, and the very last one will be Watchtower, which is up here. It's not good. That's our path to that place. That's not good. Okay. And now it is my engineer's turn. My engineer has a very clear-cut turn. I need to do 1. Action number 1 is to move towards it. 2 is to claim myself the lion with these 4. And action number 3 will be to try to flip over this and this. Actually, you know what? Realistically speaking, yeah, these are both important. See, this Talamon right now is not that important, so I need to flip over these 2. Tidal Palace and Crimson Forest. So that way... Oh, crap. This is important too, because it's a choke point. Shoot. Okay. I will flip over Howling Gardens and Tidal Palace. Howling Gardens is not as important, honestly, but... We will need to go in this direction because that's the only fire left. So I guess technically that means that this is not actually that important then. Okay. Well, yeah, okay, it's not that important. Alright. Howling Garden is not that important. I flipped over these 2 instead. Alright, and that's the end of my engineer's turn. I draw 2 treasures. Treasure number 1 is another Earth. Treasure number 2 is a Waters Rise. Crap. So Waters Rise, it goes up 1 level. I shuffle these cards as best as I can, because I really don't want the things that are going to die to die. Actually, I'm kind of okay with that. And I gotta draw 4 cards. Number 1 is the Watchtower. It is gone. Now you guys may be wondering, CulBlu, how can you ever get to this place here, since you have no clear path? The only way we can get to that place is with the helicopter, which those do exist within this deck. Unfortunately, they're at the bottom of the deck apparently, so we're not going to be able to get to them anytime soon. So there's a way, we can still technically get to this, but we don't want to use up too many resources before worrying about that. So that's number 1. Number 2, Watchtower is gone. Number 2 is the Crimson Forest. Number 3 is the observatory. I think it's observatory. Oh. And number 4 will be Tidal Palace. Yes, none of the things that we flipped over have been affected, which is good. Alright, oh yeah, we also have to keep that path up to Fool's Landing because we need to be able to walk over there. Alright, so that is it for the engineer's turn. Was it engineer? Yeah, engineer's turn. Now it's the messenger's turn. Messenger has some work to do as well. We got fire all up on the navigator, so we need to try to get the navigator to get that. We also got a lot of things about the flood. So I'm going to go ahead and flip over. Well, one thing we do know is that there's only 3 of these Waters Rises cards inside of this deck, and because we know that, we can kind of delay flipping over tiles or worrying about important tiles right now. So what I can do instead as my messenger is I can try to set ourselves up for getting a good set of things. I can try to get my navigator the fire and the chalice, or no, give him the fire. And then I can have our navigator move the engineer towards him so we can try to get that set up. I don't know. It's gonna be some interesting stuff. We're gonna shuffle cards. So we're giving the fire to the navigator, and we're keeping the chalice on the messenger. So that's one action that we just done. The next action we need to do is we need to move my messenger into a good position. Messenger's gonna do action number 2. And action number 3 for the messenger will be to flip Tidal Palace over. So we don't have to worry about it right now. There we go. So that's done. And that's it. So now we draw 2 more cards. That's Earth and a Chalice. Cool. And we flip over 4 of these cards to flood. So we gotta flood the Howling Gardens, which is, oh, this one. Sweet. So he's flooded. That means he gets to go into a direction. He's gonna choose that direction. So his tile is gone. And hopefully Crimson Forest shows up again, which I actually don't think it will, because it already showed up. Misty Marsh now shows up, so that's flooded, which is actually not that great. That means that we only have 1 little point. We really need to make sure Observatory doesn't die on us. So I'm going to choose for him, he being my navigator, to move this direction. Actually no, this direction. So my navigator can keep this path alive and fight for that path. Was that 1, 2, I think, was that 2 cards? Was it 2 cards? Howling Gardens is gone. Howling Gardens is gone, that's gone. Tidal Palace. And I'll draw Breaker's Bridge, or Breaker's Ridge. Yeah, Breaker's Bridge. And the last one will be Fool's Landing. Oh, that ain't good. That's our helipad. We need that one. And that'll be it. So I need fire. I need fire. Alright. So we will let my navigator, it's his turn, we'll flip over Fool's Landing and the Observatory. And for the last action for my navigator, we will move my engineer. We will not move my engineer. Oh crap! Ah, he's stuck. Oh shoot, he's stuck. Okay, that's not good, that's not good. In order for us to get my messenger off of that little island, we would need a helicopter. I just realized that. We need a helicopter. Oh crap. Okay, not good. Crap. Don't worry about that. There's at least, I think there's 3 helicopters total. So basically we need a helicopter to get him off of that island. And we also need a helicopter to get off of Fool's Landing. Oh, this game's got impossibly difficult. Okay, my navigator will move this guy, this engineer over here, and that'll be it. So that's it for my turn. And we'll draw 2 cards, which will be Fire, which is awesome, so I'm gonna get rid of a lion. And we got ourselves a Chalice, which we need. Shoot. I gotta choose which one I need to get rid of. How many chalices are in here? Okay, we have a chalice available. He has 4 fire on the navigator, so I want to try to get the navigator over to the fire as soon as possible. And that's it. And now we gotta flip over 4 cards. It's Temple of the Moon, Iron Gate. I think it's Iron Gate. Oh, Iron Gate. Whispering Garden. And the last one will be the Silver Gate. Right. That's all of that. That's been done. That's damage has been dealt. It hurts a lot, I know. Alright, so now it's the engineer's turn. Engineer will now flip over this tile and that tile because he can. That's his special action. And my engineer has not all of the earth that he needs. He'll move here. So it's action number 1 was this, action number 2 is this, and action number 3 is flipping this over. And that's it. We will draw 2 cards, sandbags, yes, and helicopter lift. Alright, so the cool thing about sandbag and helicopter lift is I can play them whenever I want. And the helicopter lift basically lets you take all pawns on one spot, or as many as you want, from one spot and move them anywhere else, so teleport them. And sandbag lets you shore up 1 tile anywhere on the map, no matter where you are. And this can be done out of turn, it's done for free, so it's really awesome. Alright, so now I gotta flip over 4 more cards. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I'm not reading these out. 4. Sorry. This game got really serious really fast. Copper Gate. Up. Earthquake. Copper Gate. Alright, so that's 4 cards flipped over. I'm not a fan of this game right now. And that's it. Now it is my messenger's turn, which he's stuck. So we need to use a helicopter lift. What I can do is I can use a helicopter lift to move my navigator to my messenger, but then they're both gonna be stuck there. The benefit of having my navigator and my messenger on the same tile is that they can both do the, they can both claim that spot, but that's not really that great. It's probably best if I use my helicopter lift with my navigator and put my navigator on the Island of Fire, or Cave of Shadows, and collect that treasure. So that'll be 1 action total. And then, because a helicopter lift counts as a free action. And then I can hopefully get a helicopter lift for my messenger and get them out of that bad spot. Like I said, there's at least 2 more helicopter lifts left in here. And we're about to shuffle that deck again, so we really need to start flipping cards over too. So, shoot. Crap. Okay. So messenger, he can't do anything but just give tiles. We will give the earth to my engineer. And my messenger will use the rest of his actions to do nothing. So that'll be it. And I gotta shuffle the next draws, so this sucks. Okay. So messenger gets 2 cards. Chalice. Earth. Oh, that was a chalice too. It'd be so beautiful. Shoot, that'd be beautiful if that was a chalice. But no, it was earth. So 2 of those. And now I'm gonna choose to use a sandbag. We need to sandbag. We absolutely need to sandbag Cave of Shadows. We also absolutely need to sandbag the Cliffs of Abandon. But we still have a pass, so this one's more important, because if we lose this treasure right now and we don't have the treasure, we lose the entire game. So we're gonna sandbag. We're gonna sandbag Cave of Shadows. And now we get to draw our 4 cards. So our first card is gonna be Temple of the Sun. Then our next card is gonna be Golden Gate. And we gotta draw 2 more. So we gotta shuffle. Okay. Heart rate's going. I gotta draw 2 more cards. 2 more cards. Golden Gates is gone. Temple of the Sun, or Temple of the Moon. Whew. Temple of the Moon is gone, and that's it. Alright, we need my navigator to get his hiney into the right spot. So we're gonna use the helicopter lift to move my navigator from here over here to Cave of Shadows, or Cave of Embers. Cave of Shadows. And we're gonna go ahead and use these 4 to claim our treasure. So we're claiming the fire. Bam. Owned. And we're actually about to win the game, but we need more time. And my navigator will do what else? My navigator will flip this over. So that's 2 actions used by my navigator. And my very last action to be used by my navigator would be to move my engineer. Shoot, it's gonna take me a whole turn and a half to get that to go through. We need another helicopter lift. We need like 2 helicopter lifts just to make this work. And also, by the way, you need a helicopter lift to get off the island too. So, shoot. That guy being stuck is really bad right now. I'm regretting my decision to not flip that back over. So we're gonna move my guy 1, 2, engineer. So my engineer can get into position to, actually no, let's move my engineer 1, 2. So just in case my engineer gets the thing, he won't be able to trade them all. This game sucks. Okay. Let's move my engineer here. So we can flip those 2 over there. Alright, so that's it for my navigator. We got a sandbag, which is good. And we got a fire, which is useless right now. Okay. So we're in risk of losing our path back home. So I'm going to use the sandbag on Cliffs of Abandon, because I feel like that's more important than any other tile right now. And we will flip over our 4 cards. So the first one will be Cave of Shadows. 1, 2, Silver Gate, that's gone. 3, and 4, Crimson Forest. So be it. Alright, so now my engineer can only flip over stuff, so we will flip the crap out of this board. We're like about to flip the table. He will do 1. Then he'll do... He'll do 2, and then he'll do 3. Alright. And we draw 2 cards for him, and helicopter lift, helicopter, yes! Good. Awesome. I mean, kind of sucky, yes, but still a decent place to be. Oh, no, it's not that great. Sorry, it's a little bit crap here. See, if anybody else was stuck on that spot, except for the messenger, it would be great, but the messenger has to... only the messenger can get the cards. Crap. So much stress. Okay. We got both of the helicopter lifts, which is awesome. But in order for us to make this work, we need like another helicopter lift. Because I basically have to pull him over to talk to the net. Okay, that's it. 4 cards. Tidal Palace. Tidal Palace is now flooded. Oh, and it's flooded. At insult to injury. Thanks, game. 2, 3 is Breaker's Bridge. And 4 will be Copper Gate. It's gone for the game. Okay. Man. Alright, I got very few turns to do this, guys, but I gotta try to win the game. It is now the navigator's turn, and the navigator will use all 3 of his turns to shoot. Now we're gonna do 1, 2, on his 3rd turn. hold on. I'm trying to optimize here. I'm undoing that. All right. So I'm just thinking. I have 2 helicopter lifts. What I can try to do is I can try to put everybody on the same tile. If I can helicopter lift my navigator to my messenger, give the messenger the chalice, and then save the other helicopter lift to get us out of there, that'll be great. That might work out. The only problem with that is I'm really relying on finding another helicopter lift to get us off of this tile, and we need one to get off the board so we can win the game. And also, I'm really shaky that nobody's in this general area, so just in case Fool's Landing starts to flood, nobody's going to be able to flip it over. And we're about to shuffle the treasure deck again, which means that we're going to have to worry about Water's Rise. So we're in a really tough spot right now. And if the messenger had just one more chalice, we'd be able to claim that treasure, but he doesn't. He only has one, or he's one short. Same thing for the engineer, he's one short. And like they just need to like swap hands or something. That'll be like so beautiful, but they can't. So I think my move right now needs to be flipping over as much stuff as possible, because there's a chance that I can get a. Actually, hold on, how many cards? Yeah, there's a chance that we're gonna get some more stuff flooding. I don't have a good choice. What I can do is I can do navigator, can do 1, then 2, 3. No, 1, 2 to get him in position to get out of there, and then 3 will be to flip this back over. And that's the best I got. That's the best I got. Alright, so that's it. We will draw ourselves 2 of these cards, which, oh look, we don't have that many draws, so now we gotta shuffle. No, I don't want to shuffle. Okay. So I gotta draw 2 cards. First one is gonna be a lion. Second one is going to be fire. Yes, nothing bad. Good. Nothing bad. Alright, so I really need to get chalices and freaking stones, and it's going to take me like a turn and a half to get all this done. Alright, so now it's Engineer's turn. Engineer will do... So Engineer's going to draw 2 cards, so we will have to use those helicopter lifts. Darn it! I should have used those helicopter lifts. Crap. Okay, so it would have been a much better idea for me to use a helicopter lift last turn, so that way the helicopter lifts can be shuffled back into the deck. So that way there'll be a higher chance of me getting another helicopter lift. It will suck because it will be uncertainty, but there will be more helicopter lifts in the deck. Right now there's only 1 helicopter lift left in the deck, and I may have put myself in a very bad position, statistically speaking. So I gotta, jeez. I have 2 helicopter lifts now, and they can't be recycled, so. So I'm just gonna go ahead and helicopter lift. I don't want to. I have to. I'm gonna helicopter lift. No, I'm not. Yeah, I have to. I'm gonna helicopter lift my guy from here to there. Which, if I totally would have done it last time, I would have just traded the. Jeez, these indecisions here. Such inefficient turns. Okay. Helicopter lift was used to bring that guy over here, and I will move my engineer this way to hang out with these guys on the same tile. Look at that, too big for the tile. So we're all hanging out on the same tile, and I'm just gonna flip this tile over. And I think this game's over at this point. Like I don't know what much we can do. Like I'm gonna have to get rid of an earth. Yeah, it's a chalice. We need a chalice. We need chalices. Get rid of the line. Such a stressful game. And we draw 4 of these cards. So number 1, Cliffs of Abandon. Number 2, Fool's Landing. Number 3, Bronze Gate. Number 4 is Observatory. So those are all the cards that we don't want to show up. They showed up all at the same time. Good job, CulBlu. You're doing great at this game. Okay, moving on. We're gonna see what happens next. So the messenger's turn. There's a bunch of cards not that useful. What the messenger will do is the darn, I could have. No, I couldn't have. Oh, I could have. No, I'm so bad at this game. Strategically speaking, it would have been great if I would have, as an engineer, pulled the messenger here towards me with one helicopter lift. Oh no, I didn't get that till after. Never mind. I didn't get that till after. So yeah. So what I'll do is with my messenger is I will go ahead and there's not much I can do. Shit. I can give all three of my chalices to the navigator, and the navigator can get helicoptered. I mean, this is the best I can do. So I'm giving all three of my chalices as my navigator. That's all three of my actions to the navigator. The navigator lost all the other three cards because they're useless right now. But he has 4 chalices, so we can try to get those. And now we have to just pray to some higher being right now that we're not going to get Water's Rise. And the first card we get is Water's Rise. Okay, good job. Oh wait, no, it's good. It's good. I mean, it's bad, but it's good. It's good because we're about to shuffle this anyway. So Water's Rise. So we shuffle all these cards that were in the discard pile. There's only one card in the draw pile left, by the way. So we're shuffling all these cards. And put this back. So now we draw 5 cards and we get a fire. Alright, so we might not be out of the water yet. Actually, that's 1, 2. Okay, that's it. We lost the game. Alright, we lost the game. Game's over. That darn Tidal Palace. Jeez. So that's it for the game, guys. CulBlu has lost the game. Tidal Palace has gone away. We will never get the chalice. We will never be able to get the chalice. Oh, that sucks. Alright, so that's gonna be it for the game. It's gonna be it for this video then. A little bit disappointing, but I mean, I don't win them all. I was playing on Legendary. I think I did really well for what situation I was in. I kind of almost had it together, but then I didn't. So it was almost like real life for me. This is like real life, the game. Anyway, this is Forbidden Island. I would highly recommend it to anybody out there, especially if you're just getting into tabletop games. This is the very first tabletop game I ever bought, and I think I paid $16 for it, which is actually not that bad for on Amazon, especially when you start getting into like bigger games or more extravagant games that cost like, you know, 30 or 35 on regular. But at $20 or $16, definitely not bad for a game like this. Very, very family friendly, very awesome to play. You can change the difficulty. I was playing a Legendary, which is a lot harder, because you don't have as much room to be you know, fickle with your decisions like me. But yeah, different levels. And also have Forbidden Desert, which is a good game as well. I think Forbidden Desert is like 10 times harder than this one, but this is Forbidden Island. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, I will see you guys whenever. Such a sad loss.